your lunch.
Yeah.
There he goes. Uh-oh, he's going to come over and say hello. So if you're worried they're going to jump in the water, and there's no fence around the island, they could if they wanted to, but they don't want to. That's because they're apes. Apes avoid the water pretty much reliably, do not swim. We have had apes here on this island for about 50 years. You know how many times they've gone for a swim? 0. A lot of other zoos, like the Oakland Zoo, for example, they have gibbons on islands as well. No fences, and they don't have a problem with gibbon escapes. Mel, are you going to come down here and join your partner? So they met each other here in Santa Barbara about 9 months ago when Mel arrived. They were complete strangers, and about 5 minutes later, they were total partners. Now they're inseparable. We are secretly hoping, it's not so secret actually, for a little gibbon family. You can send the right signals over there. We had Gulliver and Jasmine once for 30 years living out on the island. They had 5 offspring together, little gibbons. Let me tell you, there's nothing cuter than a baby gibbon, although I think the baby red pandas we just had, give them a run for their money. Gibbons are arboreal animals. They spend most of their lives, especially out in the wild, up in the trees. That way they can avoid anything that might threaten them on the ground. Nothing here in Santa Barbara is threatens the gibbons, so they're pretty comfortable on the ground. Maybe she's going to go for a dive into the water and make be wrong, but I don't think so. There he goes. Notice the turtles on the end of the rock. The gibbons are actually known to occasionally push the turtles back in the water. They're not willing to share their island with the turtles. And we're going to continue the journey on the left-hand side. Oh, there's a cool-looking pelican and an egret on that branch sticking out of the water. We get about 200 different species of birds. It is a bird sanctuary run by the city of Santa Barbara. Looks like there's a bit of a traffic jam up there. You should be all happy that we're on the train and not driving through that. Eventually, perhaps in my lifetime, this traffic will be better. But I'm not so sure of that. We're going to blow the whistle. The only place I'm allowed to do that. Let's see if we can find some condors. There's one up in the redwood tree way over on the left-hand side. We have 4 of them up there. Another couple on the rock on the right. 3 young birds, about 3 years old, and an older bird, 7 or 8, who's helping to teach them how to be condors. They get released out into the wild when they're 5 or 6. And their mentor bird actually trains them how